Hey, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to today's video. Is it 5 o'clock? Yes, it is. But am I still going to do my makeup? Yes, I am. It doesn't make sense. It's pretty late. I'm just going to be removing it in a while, but I thought it would be interesting to while doing makeup. We're going to begin, and I forgot to bring a mirror. There's a mirror back there, but we're just going to work with a smaller mirror. And just hope this works out and I don't end up looking like a clown. I'm back. The lighting today is I don't know what to think about it. So as you noticed, I changed from the hoodie because it was making me sweat so much, like severely sweat so much. Anyway, as you saw from the title, we're going to be talking about why it's okay to not be disgustingly gorgeous. And I know that doesn't make sense exactly, because like disgusting is something like ew, gorgeous is something like wow, but together they make it like more extravagant. That's just what I mean by that, and why it's okay to just low-key be average and low-key just be the way you are. It may sound a little controversial. So you mean the people who are really gorgeous and the others who aren't as pretty, or so you think some people aren't pretty? That's not what I mean. No one is perfect. I hope we understood what I mean by that. Anyway, for the makeup, I'm going to start with this foundation from Green Tea Foundation, just like foundation. It was my mom's and I stole it, and it's probably expired. I searched up how long should a foundation stay. I realized it's expired. You actually think I'll not use it? I will be using it. I just like usually use like just a little bit. I kind of use it like a concealer, and I don't care. It's makeup, like, you know what, it's fine. I haven't, as usual, planned for this video because I just want to like speak to you guys from my heart. These people whom, like, especially younger kids, usually see really pretty, for example like Brie Cortland and this like friend group, see really pretty. They're just like 10-12-year-olds just like fangirling and being like, oh, I wish I looked even half as pretty as you, I wish I whatever. And you might think like, oh, those are just like people who are over glazing, and it kind of is true. And also they're kids, so like it's sad, but they're just going to compare themselves. But also we find ourselves being the same even without consciously knowing, because you might just like watch these people who are all skinny and petite, faces 100% clear, they look their best, just feel like, oh, and you put on your like camera from your phone and you're like, oh, why is the camera making me look like this? Why is it doing me so dirty? Like, bro, there's no way you haven't ever done that. Like, let's say you're probably feeling a little bit confident, or you kind of feel like making those like lip syncs or whatever, just like for fun because you feel like it, and then you turn the camera and you're like, oh, wait a minute. What is wrong with me? Like, why do some people look absolutely like perfect and I'm just here like just a good human being, like just an okay normal human being? It's sometimes kind of hard. Wow, why can't I low-key look that gorgeous? And even if, as I said, you're like hating on these people, like let's say the Calogueras, and just thinking like, who cares, they're just a bunch of people who got famous because they're pretty or whatever, you might find yourself a little bit comparing yourself to them, or maybe even you're hating because you're a little bit jealous. I'm just saying, it has happened before. I've played these games before. I feel like people, or like the society, kind of like makes us feel like we have to look like the people who are filming themselves with perfect angles, making sure their makeup looks perfect, making sure the angles are amazing, the lighting is amazing, and maybe they look like that one day of the week, but the day they film, so we feel like I need to look like them. Like there's a need to look like them, because you feel like you're not, or like I'm not pretty enough. And first off, we need to remind ourselves that people don't look like that 24/7. People, when you wake up, do you think they wake up looking amazing and perfect and beautiful? That's something sometimes I struggle with, and I hope I'm not just the only crazy one. Like comparing myself to other people. Like, oh, even if sometimes I feel like confident, or hey, okay, today I look okay, at least. You wake up in the morning and then you realize you look all puffy and strange, and you're like, oh, I bet so and so doesn't look like this in the morning, so that means I'm still not pretty enough. Or when I'm just like hanging out in the house, I don't just look like, you see those people who just movies or whatever, you're just looking like a rat sleeping in the bed, like you see that rat thing from Shrek 2. You feel like that person. I just love my dog. It becomes sort of like a chase, if that makes sense, to look more and more and more prettier or more put together. It's just like a chase, like, oh, I need to look perfect this time, oh, I need to buy this to look better because these people look really pretty. Or even people you know in real life, you feel like even when you get makeup, you feel like, oh, my makeup doesn't look good enough, I need to make it more so that I look like these girls on TikTok. You will never actually be satisfied. That's low-key like something I was journaling about. Actually, I'm using powder now. When I was, I think, 14, I was low-key like really insecure, and there were times like my acne was really bad, and I kept looking for like remedies. If you think of any remedy, or think of any remedy right now, I tried it. I did so many things, and I also felt like, I don't know if anyone else has felt like this, and probably sure you have if you struggled with acne. For example, go into a room and you realize, oh, I'm the only literal person who has skin problem. Everyone else, the skin is perfect, like a literal baby skin. I just kept looking for ways to get rid of them. There's no problem in doing that. It got to a point where sometimes I just look at myself in the mirror and just wonder, like, why do I look like this? Why do some people not struggle with this? Why are some people just like, their face is okay? I felt like it made me look so bad, made me look chopped, and to the point where sometimes I just look for black girl makeup tutorials to just sort of hide by putting makeup on it and convincing people that I look pretty. And I actually feel bad for myself then, because I was being so insecure. And it's just growing up, your skin is not always going to be perfect, and I was freaking out so much about it, and yet now my skin is better. Anyway, it's not that deep after all. It's just a stage that will pass. There were times I just literally break down and start crying, because I'm wondering, why do I look like this? Why does my face look like this? This makeup is not giving. And so, as I said, it's a chase. Like then 2 years ago, that's what I was struggling with the most. There's always something else to want to work on. A new insecurity will pop up, a new trend will pop up, a new shape of nose will pop up, a new shape of lips will pop up. There's no time to ever like be satisfied with the way you look. So I think right now I feel like I am moderately confident. Okay, I try not to compare myself to others are smart. I think something that has helped me, and I feel like it will help you too, is just realizing that it's not important to look disgustingly gorgeous, to look insanely gorgeous. It is okay and it is normal to just be you. Take this in the wrong way if you like, but you know what, with all these faces we get to see on our phones, TikTok, Instagram, wherever, as I saw on another reel some time ago, like, we weren't really meant to even see ourselves as much as we do, and now even seeing other people, thousands of girls or people who look amazing, you will always not feel confident enough, you will always not feel pretty enough. And everyone feels the same, as I said. Even the people who you think are the it girls, if I can say, also have something that they're insecure about. So there's always something to change. People are always getting surgery for new things every day. So one thing that is going to help you, or something that is low-key helping me, and it's not exactly that encouraging, is that, you know what, it's okay to be average. It's okay to be average. You don't have to keep changing yourself or trying to look different or trying or comparing yourself to other people, because once you realize I'm not disgustingly, insanely, over the world type gorgeous, you feel more peace in life. Like, you're just like, let me just not even like try too hard, because I'm average and that's fine. Like, just having peace with the way you look, because there is never going to be a place you will reach and be okay, no matter how much money you have and how much of that money you use to change yourself. There is no time you will ever feel perfect. There's always going to be something. Being okay with the way you look, or just being like, you know what, I'm maybe 5% chopped, and that's okay. Like, I don't need to look like flipping Leah Halton. I don't need to look like flipping Rihanna. I don't need to look like whoever you're comparing yourself to. I just look like this and it's fine. Like, I am not trying to chase. Obviously, even if you have that mindset, you still compare yourself in some way, but just accepting and just being fine with that. It's okay. I don't need to look like these girls. It's comforting. I ran away for a second because there was someone at the door and I thought they might potentially come into my room. Yeah. Basically, what I was saying is just having that peace is comforting, and it will just make you feel okay, because you know, the way you look is actually the least interesting thing about you. If people are just being your friends because of the way you look, or imagine just having a friend who is just pretty but has the most boring personality ever, or has the worst personality ever, you just don't even want to be around that person. So just letting people love you for the way you are and be your friends for the way you are is comforting, and also you yourself being okay with the way you are, because you know what, if someone is hating on you for the way you look, and actually had Kelsey Lele, I think that is like, the way you look is the least interesting thing about you. So you know what, if you don't like me because of the way I look, then good, go ahead, cause I'm at peace. I don't mind the way I look. I'm fine with the way I look, and just not chasing things. If you think I'm like crazy for saying that, well, you know what, I think everyone is beautiful. I think everyone is beautiful in their own way, because imagine whoever you're comparing yourself to, if we all looked the way they look, then you know what, nothing would be interesting about the way we look because we all look the same. So I think everyone is beautiful in their own way, but I feel like with the standards of the world that keep changing every day, chasing to look like the perfect girl that is perfect today, well, in 2 months that's not the trend anymore. They don't want girls who look like that anymore. Even just look like a couple 100 years ago. The standards then versus now are not the same. So just be okay with the way you are, because standards will keep on changing. So just love yourself for the way you are, and you will be way happy in life. You'll feel way more peace in life, and just knowing that God made you and that you are fearfully and wonderfully made and you're his work of art is also comforting. So God made me the way I am, and I'm just going to be happy with that. And I promise you, you will feel way better about yourself. You might not like immediately stop comparing yourself to others or feel confident all the time, but just having that in mind is just going to make you feel at peace. That's basically it, and I'm also done with the makeup. But because I wasn't with the normal mirror, the makeup was kind of a 6-7 today, or a 5-6. But I really hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope you learn to love yourself, and I hope you feel better about yourself. So if this video was helpful for you, and if you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and also comment down below any tips for confidence. I'm sure they can help me, they can also help someone else. So don't forget that Jesus loves you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.